flexing. Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, tryna stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Well, it's time to bleed this morning. I got to remind y'all of some things. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call. I got to remind y'all of some things. And I'm going to give y'all a potential outcome. And why I'm looking forward to this matchup between Shakur and Teofimo. And make no mistake about it, I want Shakur to win because I don't like Teofimo. I repeat, I don't like Teofimo. One more time, I don't like Teofimo. But I'm not, my memory's not bad. And I didn't forget Shakur's behavior at all. So what could possibly happen is Shakur could lose a close one. It's a possibility. Everyone is picking him to outbox and outclass Teofimo. Strong possibility. I think that's going to happen. I hope that happens. But in the event it doesn't, pay attention to our chats. And what I'm telling y'all ahead of time is, you ain't hurting my feelings. You're really not. I removed myself from this dude, I think, 2 years ago now? It's like, yo, look, good luck to him, whatever. Because he showed his hand. So I'm going to walk y'all down a little bit. I'm going to walk y'all down. I'm not attached to this kid. I'm going to tell y'all, well, y'all can see in the memes why, but I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to explain everything because my memes tell stories. I'm going to explain everything. David Scott III, salute my brother. Vince Valborn, Dow Big G, Beezy, Columbia, HMC. Snoop, what up, Snoop? Dion next up. The Sensei Stormy B-Man supporting with all three of the channels. And if y'all not supporting all three of Stormy's channels, go smack yourself. Coach Hudson in the building, salute. Nada 86, always supporting, salute. Lamont Griffith, Shaland, what's going on? 4-ounce sniper, Michael Fleming, Slick Tom, Shogun, 88 Sports Talk, always around, always supporting, salute, brother. All around strong, my brother. What's good? Renzo, Brandon Shamar, Kevin Dunbar. What's good? Jalen Hudson, Ratchet since 91. What up? It's kicking my ass. I was dusting here last night. Started sneezing like crazy. Got to dust off the computer. Dust is the computer's number one. It's like cancer. It's like number one leading cause of death. Eric Myers, salute. Matt Borgeson in the super chat. He says, I know you don't like Teofimo, but can you see a picture where he wins? Hate aside from boxing and analytic standpoint, what could he do to win? Be himself. He could win that fight, bro. He's stronger than Shakur. He's stronger than Shakur. A reality that Teofimo could win this fight, Matt, is 100% real. It's real. Teofimo can fight. Let me park here for a minute. I see you, Tay. Salute. Let me park here for 1 second. A lot of the fighters that I criticize, you know what annoys me? What annoys me is that they can actually fight. They have talent, but they pick and choose when to display it. Teofimo's a real good fighter, but he's a douche. Shakur, is a real good boxer. But we're going to review him today. I don't have to run down why I don't like T.O. But I'm going to remind y'all why I'm detached from the outcome of this. Because what's going to happen is if Shakur loses, it's going to be his first loss. Everyone's going to be tuned in about how he takes it. They're going to question his focus. And it's a possibility because, you know, Shakur has a chip on his shoulder, but it's not the same chip on his shoulder like how I say Bud has a chip on his shoulder. And salute to Bud. I'll speak on him tomorrow. Don't give him nothing, Bud. Exactly. Leave and never return. You don't owe anybody anything. You're good. Get out the game unscathed. But more on that tomorrow. Shakur got a different. See, Bud got a life chip on his shoulder. Shakur is just whining. Shakur spent a lot of his time worried about other people's business and marketing schemes, and he didn't do the work. And now he's in a position where, yo, you got to show how great you are. Beating Teofimo Lopez, like him or not, that's great to have him on your resume. Teofimo Lopez has a pretty decent resume. Just look at it. Look at it. Josh Taylor, Vasily Lomachenko, stop right there. Stop right there. Teofimo's official. I just don't like him. And it's a 100% reality that he has the tools to put Shakur in a blender. He does. Shakur's a little better boxer, but what do we know? I don't know what happens if Shakur gets punched in his face really hard. He fought in the pocket with Zepeda, and he put himself at risk. And y'all remember what I said? I said, okay, you did that. You fought in the pocket. You laid on the ropes. Good, you won, kid. Don't do that again. That's not your steez. You don't need to do that. You fight to win. Forget these people. They don't love you. They actually want to see you lose, Shakur. And they don't care what flag you wave. Uh-oh. Yeah. We're going to talk about him waving that Boricua flag. We're going to talk about how I was getting DMs and people trying to call me racist. No, no, no. I was asking a question. We're going to revisit all of that. So I want Shakur to win, but let's not act like Teofimo can't go in there and fuck shit up for him. That's a reality. That can happen. Teo can win this. He has tools. Teo has pretty good feet. The problem is when people have better feet than him. Teo's now stationary. That's why he beat Josh Taylor easily. If you want to see the best Teofimo Lopez, go watch the Josh Taylor fight. Go watch the Josh Taylor fight. Schooled him. Absolutely schooled him. I said, man, that was damn good, man. That was damn good. Then go watch the Jermaine Ortiz fight. He had a problem. Shakur should win. But Teo strong. What happens if he punches what if he punches Shakur in the face, man? I know what happens when you punch Floyd in the face. As soon as he shakes it off, the dog come out. Floyd was a dog, like him or not. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was a dog. Can we say that about Shakur? I don't know. Zepeda never caught him clean. He caught him off balance, never caught him clean. If Teofimo catch you clean, what's going to happen, bro? I don't know. Shakur might go unscathed for his entire career due to his style of fight. We don't know. But yeah, Matt, too sound long-winded. It is a reality that Teofimo can win this fight. It is a reality. So yes, it is definitely a reality. Eric Myers, salute. Tay-Tay, good morning, good morning. Benjamin. Matt, Prince Savage, salute. Matt, back in that super chat. He said, also, what's up with people thinking Crawford is faking retirement? What has he done or shown y'all to keep capping? I think he's done. Perfect time. I agree. And more on that tomorrow. I agree. And I want them to be done. Don't sit at home and chill. And then Turkey throw 150 mil at you and you end up in the ring again. There's nothing left for you to do. What more to do but to go out on top and beating the quote unquote face of boxing, the quote unquote one of the, if not the, according to some people, #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, the undisputed champion at 168. What better way to do that? And don't give the system any daylight to try and rob you, steal from you, drug you, poison your water, have you driving and have you pulled over by police. Don't give him anything. And we know how boxers are. They retire and come back in 24 months. To my knowledge, Bud got the accolades. He has the money. Walk away on your terms. Salute to Bud. And I hope he doesn't come back because I don't want him to give the boxing public anything. Because the reality is guys like Bud, guys like Devin, guys like Deontay, even guys like Errol Spence, you are the reason, your guys are also the reason why Tank Davis don't want to fight the best, because he knows how y'all going to treat him if he loses. So to a certain aspect, I understand. I still don't think it's an excuse. In his case, it's not an excuse because he's a major troll. So, I mean, but I get it. I'm just not accepting it from him. But when these fighters can get out the game on their terms, money, resume, Hall of Fame bound, get out. Don't give these guys anything. When you decide you're done, you're done. Don't look back. Cop Aborigines, salute. Jim Diamond, Judah, Andrew Gray, Hendall, True Boxing Night, always supporting, salute. Jay from round the way, BBO, Mind of Mansa Musa, Anthony Bolton. Avis, what up? I think I got y'all. Matt back in that super chat. He getting started early. Salute, man. He says T.O. is one of the best counter punchers in the game. At some point, he will land on Shakur. Probably follow him straight back like Shakur likes to do. I'll tell you this, Matt. He don't want to do with T.O. what he did with Zepeda. T.O.'s too dangerous of a puncher. And he's already trying to win the mental game. And Shakur, to me, although he's been successful this far, he's always been focused on the wrong thing. He said a lot of silly things, and he's always been focused on the wrong thing. He's always been focused on the wrong thing. And it's annoying because he's very talented, but he's focused on the wrong thing. Always. Matt, back in that super chat. He's killing it this morning. He says, you can argue that Shakur is a little flat-footed. Yeah, a little bit. He uses his upper body cell. T.O. could capitalize on that by following him. He's athletic enough. Yeah, he's like a rabbit. He can get out when he can. He likes to Philly shell, lay on the ropes. I'm going to show y'all what Eddie Hearn had to say. I'm going to show y'all. T.O. has tools. And would y'all agree that this fight with Teofimo Lopez is not only Steve L, salute, Main Biker, salute, Ultimate Fight News. I'm sorry, Ultimate Fight Club News, salute. Is it a possibility? No, F that. Will we agree that this is Shakur's most dangerous fight? Jason Bourne, salute. I think this is his most important fight, and I think this is his most dangerous fight. Now, there's various ways how this could end up. T.O. has the tools to compete, if not beat him. Chilltown, what up? But in one night, this fight, depending on if he loses, I don't know how bad this is going to set him back. Mentally. Detroit, salute. Chilltown, what up? Mentally. Mentally. You know why I'm saying mentally? Everybody remembers what happened to him in the Olympics? Silver medal. What did he do? He cried. What was the name of that senator? This happened when I was a kid. Who was that woman that was running for president? That was in the 80s, right? She was running for president, and they were having was it a debate? And she cried on international TV. And I was like, oh boy, what was that woman's name? I remember watching that. I think I was like in 5th or 6th grade. I was like, why is she crying? Well, we can't have a president crying. There's no crying in the presidency. And she blew it. Well, I doubt she was going to win anyway. That was in the 80s. She cried. Forgot her name. That was it. She killed herself right there. They were talking about a topic. I don't even know if it was a debate. It was just a sensitive topic, and she was on international TV, and she cried. Egalitarian salute. And I remember my parents looking at that. They was like, oh, man, she blew it right there. That was her? Pat Schroeder, that was her? She cried. Blew it right there. That's it. You can't do that. Well, Shakur, you messed up. You got a silver medal, and you cried. And the reasoning behind that, he said, I don't like to lose. All right. Deontay got a bronze medal, and he owned it. He wasn't on there crying. That was my first time seeing Shakur, and I said, uh-oh. He can't be in the pros acting like this. Looked like a baby to me. And then I'm watching him as an athlete. I'm like, all right, not bad. But every time they put the mic in his face, he said something silly. Joseph Brown in that super chat, much love. He said, don't give Tank Davis no outs. He's a coward. Yeah. You're not lying. You're not lying. He has never fought any worthy opponents on his level, and saying it's the fans' fault, in my opinion, is a cop-out for Tank. No. Don't get me confused, Joseph. I'll never give Tank an out. I'm saying that one of his reasons is that I just don't accept it. Because if you was listening to what I said, good brother, on his level, that's no excuse. And he's one of the major trolls. When one of these fighters has a hard time, he runs to Twitter and has a whole lot to say. So hell no, I'm not giving him an out. No, you're right. I'm not giving him no out. He is a coward. And he dishes out a whole lot, but it's obvious he can't take it. It's obvious. And he said, I don't want to be a meme. He said that. All you got to do is let these dudes talk. So hell no, I'm not giving Tank no outs. He's a coward. But he don't want to be a meme. And I'm saying, bro, on this level, you can't help it. You're either going to be a meme or make the meme. You sleeping people. We made memes of Frank Martin. Well, I ain't making no memes of anything that he's done. But every time he's knocked someone sideways, they were a meme. But you don't want to fight your contemporaries, though. There's fear. So I'm not giving him out. Hell no. No. Nope. He's a coward, 100%. He is a coward. Matt Borgson back in that super chat. He said, totally disagree. No man who steps into the ring is a coward. I don't care who you are, but I call them a coward when they put it on the line. I call them a coward when they put it on line is low. Well, not every boxer is brave. And watching how Tank move, it's cowardly. There's no other way for me to explain it. It's cowardly. It's very cowardly. There's no explanation for him not to have fought the meme that I got up here, those 15 faces. He only fought one. And that was Lamont Roach, and he fought him to a draw, and we can't even get that. He's talking about, hey, I'm going to fight Shtty Cuz next. And I'm like, why is he doing that? He fought he beat Isak, he fought Lamont to a draw. That's the beef right there. His fans are going to accept it, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why not run that back? But his fans are going to accept it, and they're going to ignore the fact that the fight is going to, both these guys had 140. They're going to ignore that. At the same time, they told us, we was like, why are you fighting a 130-pound fighter in Lamont Roach? Remember that? And I remember one of the major things that people said, the crackheads on the other channels, they said, leave him alone. That's his DMV brother. He's breaking bread with him. Remember that? Y'all remember that? And I said, oh, man, here we go with this guy. Fights him to a draw. I'm like, okay, well, run it back with your DMV brother. And now those same Tank fans are talking about how Mexicans sell more seat and the fight is worth more. First, let me get this straight. Y'all told us to shut up about it. He's breaking bread with his DMV brother. Now he's gonna fight a guy that he lost, that he beat already. And I was like, leave him alone. This fight is worth more. No, break more bread with your DMV brother, like y'all told us he was doing in the first damn place. What happened to that? What happened to that? What happened to that? See what I mean? But now the Shtty Cuz fight is okay. This is why I can't listen to you Tank fans. I can't listen to you. You guys are retarded. And you content creators are just, you're bagging your channel. Motherfuckers come through here and talk about, oh, you always talking about Tank. So, tell me when I'm lying on him. Because the other channels lie for him and try and make sense of something that doesn't make sense. And they do bigger views than me. And I say, go get that feel good. 503 Young Lion in the building, salute. Go get that feel good. J Dub, salute. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. Eric Jordan in the building, Jason Bourne. Word up, go follow me on Rumble. It's a little more live over there. And go subscribe to my Patreon. I got some content coming up. Love Patreon. I play the music I want. Y'all pay for that. So I get loose over there. Every time y'all tell us leave this dude alone, we just asking, why is he doing that? Leave him alone. Okay, fine. We were wrong. The Lamont Roach was competitive. That fight was competitive. Okay, it was a draw. Can we get the answer to who's better? He says, no, I'm fighting Shtty Cuz. You beat him already. What are we talking about? Why are you doing this? I thought that was your DMV brother. Y'all said to get off his Johnson. That's his DMV brother. Okay, we'll break bread with him again. Because now I want to see if that was a fluke. Man, you guys are the most ridiculous, whatever, man. Main biker. But Shakur is on the chopping block today. I'm going to remind y'all. And again, I'm going to say some things and ask me when I'm lying. Main biker saluting that super chat. He says, some join gangs, military, and police and are cowards. Yeah. I worked with a lot of cowards. When you're dealing with a guy that the only thing he knows about New York City is Times Square, but he lives in Nassau County somewhere, Suffolk County somewhere, and only thing about New York City he knows about is Times Square when his family comes down to see the Christmas tree lighting. And he goes to the police academy for 6 fucking months and gets all that training and scores high in the books, right? Now he's patrolling in Flatbush, Brooklyn. You think he has any idea how to conduct himself in the community? Rod Neal, salute. You think so? Patrolling 4 blocks with his hand on his Glock 19? Trying to put bass in his voice? Yo, got a problem with that. Nah, I ain't even gonna go there, man. Maybe I'll take that over to Patreon. Got a problem with that. I always had a problem with that. Joseph Brown back in that super chat, he said, you don't get a participation points for stepping into the ring with somebody you think you can beat. He's still chicken. I agree. And please don't get it messed up, y'all. Y'all already know my stance on Tiki Tank. But Snacks, what up? Let's talk about Shakur. Let's talk about Shakur. If you look at this meme, you know I'm a jerk. That black and white footage right there, it's AI. It is. But what do you think I did with those pictures? What happened? What happened at that gas station in Jersey? And still, salute. What happened? What happened to that in that gas station? Well, I get out of bed one day, turn on my internets. Dapper Don, salute. And this kid had a fight. And I you know, some couple, they had some words, and all I see is him whooping somebody's ass. There was a woman involved. He swang on her, I think, and you know, dude found out real fast that these pro fighters, you know, I don't even think that they knew who he, I don't know if they knew who he was, but you know, a boxer, what little you know in the gym, you know, if the person don't know who you are, what little you know in the gym will take you light years ahead of anybody in a street situation. And I saw, you know, Shakur tuning dude up. He knocked dude into the fetal position. It was great. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Well, if that was self-defense, I don't know. But it was a street scuffle. And Shakur came out on top and he whooped their ass. And Marcus Walls in that super chat, he said, appreciate the grind, bro. Lightweight. Salute, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So Shakur was arrested. I'm gonna walk y'all through this. Shakur was arrested. And by way of the law, justifiably so. And they took a picture in his mugshot. Yeah, 503, he really did. Now, I was concerned. I'm like, oh my God, this kid's career is just getting started and he found himself in this. My God. And K-Rod, salute. And he knocked that dude out. That dude was unconscious. And him and his boy fled the scene and they went and picked him up. And there's a mugshot. So one day, I'm on Barbershop Conversations in the chat. And somebody in the chat says, yo, Fred, why they took Shakur's mugshot and put it on his box rec? So he was like, what? I was like, wait a minute, what? I pulled up another window and I went to it and I looked and I said, hell no, that's not his fucking, that's his mugshot. I said, that's not the picture that was there. When they do this? When it made the news. Main biker in that super chat, he says, I got harassed in Brooklyn and saw the cop at my job in Long Island. You see what I mean? Dude, you know what? I'm gonna do a Patreon about that. I got a major problem with that. So Shakur, somebody put his mugshot on his box rec. So that night, we wrote emails to box rec. Like, yo, why y'all doing this? What is this about? Put the Olympic picture back when he was smiling. So that night, somebody, now I didn't know you could do this, but it's like Wikipedia. If there's information, you could change stuff or whatever. Well, that night, somebody put it back to when he was cheesing. And then later on that night, somebody put it back to the mugshot. I'm like, oh, racist much, right? We bombarded BoxRec with emails. We was like, yo, we would be dicks to do it to Kovalev and Oscar De La Hoya, but funny, we can't find a mugshot for those guys. There's no mugshot for Ryan Garcia. We know he has at least 2. I know Sergey Kovalev has at least 3. You can't find those online. What BoxRec did, PGA, salute. What BoxRec did was they removed that option where you could change things. And they put it back to a picture where he was cheesing. So shout out to BoxRec, because they actively did something about it. But I was like, man, you know, look, man, the fact that we can't find mugshots of these other motherfuckers, but we got mugshots of our people, and I'm using the quotations, our people, Delano, I'm getting to that. Let me cook. Our people, when I say our people, who am I talking about? Black people, right? Right. So they locked his ass up. They tried to drag him on BoxRec, right? And I'm like, whoa. I hope Shakur understands what he's dealing with in this sport. So by default, I support Shakur. By default. Right? He was doing damn good in the ring. Right? This kid has way above average skills. Right? The Edmund De Los Santos fight. Did y'all see me drag him? I said, nah. Don't give me that boring shit. De Los Santos couldn't get it done. That's just it. He couldn't get it done. Oscar Valdez couldn't get it done. You remember when they were facing off? He said, man, just make sure you ain't cheating. I screamed on him. I said, yeah, because Oscar Valdez is a cheater. With a statue in his town and all that. He's a cheater. Ice-T. Shut up. I was drinking tea. Blade Brown, salute. I was drinking tea. Shut up, man. And Shakur whooped his ass. Shakur's out here fighting his style, and and ESPN is showing people leave his fight. And I'm like, this is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. And then here comes Tim Bradley. Oh, man, that was boring, Shakur. Man, shut up. Shakur would have boxed your face in. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Man. So, I've had my issues with Shakur, but have I not defended him fighting in that ring? I've always defended him. You never heard me call him boring. You always heard me say what I say with most of these kids. Stay out of trouble with these girls and watch who you put in your $1 million cars. The police don't like seeing y'all under 25 years old driving cars worth 3 times their salary in a year. And if you ain't got the blicky on you or the marijuana, they're hoping your entourage in the back seat does. So you cats got to be careful. I talk up all of these kids. Watch the women you're around. Watch the people in your set. Watch it. You never heard me say, I want to see these kids get off the street and get locked up and or get shot. You never heard me say that. I talk about them the same way. Stay out of trouble. Said it for Tank, said it for Devin, said it for Shakur. Well, there goes Shakur. So that was a mistake. I don't know whether he had to pay these people money or not. I don't know. But he got involved in some stupid street stuff. So apparently he's learned from that because it hasn't happened again. I'll say it one more time. Apparently he's learned from that because it hasn't happened again. But he started to display some behavior that was annoying to me. Differentiate the two. He's a magnificent boxer in that ring. But outside that ring, this little nigga get on my nerves. He really does. He really does. And Teofimo, he better remain focused. One of the things he did that got on my damn nerves was this.
I like Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, hey boy, you different, boy.
I like Tyson Fury. That he a monster.
I ain't gonna lie, I like how he be in the gym with that shoulder. Like he be going crazy.
Yeah, I think he a cheat code. I think
for real.
Be 6'9", 260
And can move like that.
Yeah, that shit is a cheat code.
Did you think Wilder was gonna hit him with that eye? Or
I wanted Wilder to win. I rock with my people. Like I gotta rock with my people.
Read that. Read that. Read that. I'm gonna leave it there for you to read. I'm gonna leave it there for you to read. I'm doing this for a reason. Reading it? I'm leaving it there for a reason. Go ahead, soak it up. You reading it? Go ahead. You read it? Good.
It's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courting, he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he courting, he did ride Crambo.
what?
Get mad at me. Get mad at me. He also said that he feels Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. He feels. What I keep telling grown-ass men about their feelings. Deal with the facts. You're in the industry, Shakur. Hell, you fought a cheater. Luckily, he got caught before he fought you. You know what Deontay, all these fighters know what Deontay had to deal with because they deal with it. And the fact that they ignored it was phenomenal. He wasn't the only person. Deontay was lying and making excuses, but magically, after he went through what he went through with Tyson Fury after the second fight, everybody wanted to check their water and gloves. As a matter of fact, Shtty Cuz, the Latino he was fighting, got caught doing some fuckery with his gloves before Shtty had to beat his ass. That was all in the same year. Brought that up to Sugar Hill when I spoke to him. He said, I don't know anything about with the Shtty Cuz. I said, yeah, everybody's cheating with gloves now. Marcus Maidana, Floyd Mayweather. He said, ain't no padding in these gloves. It's a scumbag business. That's why you have people from your camp going to your opponent's locker room to check the hand wraps. And you better send someone over there that knows what they're doing. Margarito Shane Mosley. Maidana Floyd Mayweather. He said, ain't no padding in these gloves. And what did Robert Garcia say? Did y'all peep how he told on himself? Do y'all remember what he said? Those are the same ones we use in Adrian Broner. It's the same company. Something like that. I said, oh, shit. Whoa. When Marcos hit Adrian, I've never seen AB, and AB got a chin. I've never seen AB get wobbled like that. The hell? That's the same company? Those gloves could make weight, but the padding could be distributed in other areas of the glove. Floyd picked it up. He said, what is this? Ain't no padding in these. It's from the same place we used for Broner. I said, oh, shit. What did I tell you about these people saying the quiet part out loud? What did I tell you about that? Let them talk. So back to Shakur. Oh, AKA Shtty Cuz. He started talking like this. I'm like, huh? Now, before the people who are finding me for the first time jump out the window, you know, black and brown love and everything else. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. My problem was, and I understand that his father is Puerto Rican, but my problem was, and where I got offended was, black support ain't enough. I don't see Puerto Ricans in abundance at your shows. In fact, they show people leaving your shows. And that was after you started embracing your Puerto Rican side. All I asked was, where was this Puerto Rican flag waving in the Olympics? That was the place to do it. Even if you don't speak Espanol, wave it in honor of your dad. That was the place to do it. And he didn't do it when he started his pro career. He did it later, when he started riding with ESPN. Which made me think like, yo, wait a minute, bro. Is this a move? This is a business move, bro? This what we doing? So my problem isn't him being Boricua. I grew up in New York, y'all. 40% of the people I grew up with are some kind of Latino. Argentinian, Nicaraguan, Dominican, Puerto Rican. My problem was I felt like he was pimping the Puerto Rican people. You don't need to do that to get eyes on you. You have a boring style according to them. Just keep doing you. And it was a spit in my face. I'm like, man, the black support you getting, even out of Newark, is not enough, bruh. By the way, that's not a snack cap he has on. That's not a snack cap he has. That's not snack up there. No one's saying anything about him being on snack. You never heard it. I had this in the holster. I had this in the chamber. I had this bullet in the chamber for a long time. I said, wow, no one ever said that Shakur be cheating, you know, because he's on snack. That's a snack fitted he has right there. A snapback here. A snapback he has right there. Exactly, Bastion. So the new gimmick is to say, hey, wait a minute, you have Puerto Rican. And I said, yo, maybe Bob Aaron went to him and said, hey, you know, your father's half Puerto Rican. You know, you might you need some help marketing because you have a boring style. Why don't you start representing Puerto Rico, you know? Because Top Rank also has an issue promoting black fighters. So I thought that this kid was abandoning ship. And I'm going to ask y'all again. When was the last time you saw him wave that flag? Tell me. He's fought since then. He's fought since I pointed this out. When's the last time you saw him waving that flag? Curious. I just saw him last week, Wednesday. Shout out to my brother Town Biz. I looked. I said, he ain't got on no chain. You know the beads with the flag on it? All my Boricua boys have that. They have something in their car. The flag in their car, something. I didn't see shit. Man, he just a nigga with curly hair. It's buffering? I don't know, man, biker. Everything seems all right over here. RT Spiffy says, hell, I barely hear him talk about being Puerto Rican in general. I don't. And this was my, man, look, I know cats got mad at me because they didn't understand. Cats flooded my DMs. Oh, Drew, why didn't, no, don't do that. Listen to what I'm saying. And where we at now? Is he even waving the flag now? He's not. And I pay attention to shit like that. And it's like I said, I honestly believe somebody told him, man, tap into the Puerto Rican community. All right, Snoop, thank you. Tap into the other community, marketing. And I said, man, this is top rank. They don't like promoting black fighters anyway. I know that. Cameron Duncan spilled the beans, so no black fighter board. But you over there now, so what can you do to maximize your dollar? You half Puerto Rican? Wave that flag. I'm like, well, what about the black support? Newark. What happened? The tri-state. We fucks with you. You never heard me critique. You never heard me call Shakur boring. I told people stop calling him boring. That's reserved for black fighters. When he fought Zepeda, I said, good, you got that out. You wanted to show that you was a dog? Great, you won. Never do that again. Always fight your fight, Shakur. That's what I said. So this was a smack in my face. And it was a smack in the Puerto Rican fan base face. Now, back to what he said in this interview. I don't know this gentleman's name. I don't know. I'm not firing shots at him. I don't know him. But this is what he was saying. Tyson Fury. It says Shakur Stevenson says Tyson Fury is the GOAT. He said, I got to rock my people at the end of the day. Who are your people?
People at the end of the day. I don't want to seem like, come off like you feel me? No,
Nah.
I rock with my people, but at the end of the day, looking at Tyson Fury like he a GOAT.
See that? And this is why I can't stand you kids, bro. This is why I can't stand you kids. I can't stand you young ladies. Oh, man, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Do you know what great guy means? When he's a great guy, there's no but at the end of that. Oh, he's a great guy, but no, stop saying that. He's not a great guy. Because if he was a great guy, you'd be with him. Unless you're adhering that there's something wrong with you. Yo, I love her. I love her. No, you don't. She's got a naturally tiny waist and a fat old ass. It's pillow talk, man. Get up, wash up, and move on. Call it what it is. A GOAT? Fury's a GOAT? Drug cheat, glove cheat, racist, tried to kill your brother. And you know that. I know Shakur knows that. I know he knows that. How many black fighters in abundance jumped up and said, man, we know what that motherfucker did. Forget the USA not allowing him back in our country. And by the way, I'm sure he knows that. Your GOAT is not allowed on American soil. Ali could go anywhere in the world and sit in someone's house and have dinner. Fury can't do that. What you mean, GOAT? Who's raising these kids? So I got mad at that. And hold on. Let's get that out of there. He also said that Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. And then there was this. I'm gonna have it on mute because they playing music. Y'all see Devin sitting there? This was after the Lomachenko fight. Y'all see Devin sitting right there with the blue cap? That's Devin. Y'all remember this? Look at Shtty Cuz. This is when we started calling him Shtty Cuz. Look at him. Devin just won. I think this was a pool party or something at Devin's house. I forget. Now, they invited his ass after he stood in the ring and said what he said. First, he thought Loma won. Then he thought it was a draw the next day. and talked all of that shit. And never forget that when Devin was leaving 135, he was offering him a shot. And this is the bottle service that we were talking about. Look at this. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. He had one of his mans, yo, film me. Film you looking like a snake. Look at him. You do not put people like this around you. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. This was when he completely lost me. I said, this kid around you, I can't have no nigga. Yo, y'all ever had a snake in your crew? It is the most disgusting, most uncomfortable situation when you finally have to address it, because at one point you thought you was cool. But then when you find out all of this chaos internally was happening and it was him, it's like, yo. If they're lucky, it's just polite, like, yo, bro, I can't fuck with you past that, man. But 2 times in my life, it wasn't me directly. But dudes got into a fight over that. Look at his face, y'all. Now, they came up together. Did he come up with no fucking Lomachenko? You know what they were in the locker room saying after Devin whooped his ass? Nika, 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 oi, Nika, or that Nika. What did Lomachenko say to Shakur when Shakur pressed him in the audience? I forgot what fight that was. He said, yo, man, let's fight in the ring. He said, come on, boxer. We go parking lot right now. Let's go right now. Loma turned up on him. Here goes Shakur. In the ring. In the ring. Man, shut up, bro. Shut up. Loma went up there smoking a parking lot. You running around looking, bro. When I tell you that all of these guys that were around Devin were jealous of him, I'm not just talking. I'm looking at the facts. All of these cats were jealous of him, but the weird shit was they all had an opportunity to fight him. Shtty Cuz. You did all of this, and before Devin left 135, you said no. I don't want to hear anything about no money. It was your highest payday. You were going to be on pay-per-view for the first time in your life. Devin was going to be trained, like you said. And with one fight, he was going to get a shot at Undisputed. There was no reason for him to duck that fight. No reason. Don't tell me money. Devin went to Australia twice, the B-side. He won Undisputed over there, and then had to go back and defend it with short money. Which is why he caught the eye of Turkey, because of how he was moving. All y'all Johnny-come-latelys was posturing and positioning for money, and y'all shot yourself in your own foot. On some cartoon shit. You was walking in the backyard, stepped on a rake, and it flew up and hit you in your goddamn grill. While Devin was working, Turkey saw the work. Putting aside that he's Muslim, Turkey saw the work. And now Devin is reaping the benefits, and y'all still trying to cut him down. Oh, Devin is not fighting on the main event. Yeah, well, I saw the payouts, and Devin had $12 million. He made about $6 or $7 million more than David Benavidez. And David Benavidez was the main event. And quote unquote for a more exciting fight, right? These are facts. Blade Brown, salute to you in that super chat. Much love and appreciation, brother. He says, support for the good cooking, man. I'm on a job, brother. Big Joe Townsend, salute. Yeah, look at this dude's face. Look at him, bro. Bro, look. That's a gift right there. Yeah, I'm going to get that. he made one of his boys. And look at this man on the side of him, looking. His boys was in on it. Devin let niggas in his crib that think like this. Look at that. Look at that. His man on his right, he knew what he was doing. Yo, watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And what was sent? Sign the contract. Sign the contract. Sign the contract. When I spoke to Bill, I said, yo, y'all got a contract? He was like, what? This was a big old joke after Devin beat Vasily Lomachenko, bro. This was at a pool party in Houston? Okay. But the information is still the same because there was never any contract. This was big news for about 3 days, if y'all remember. What contract? Oh, Devin's ducking. They so quick to say what Devin's doing. Devin's ducking. Devin's ducking. Devin's ducking. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. There was no contract. There was no contract. But you know when you know what was real? Last fight at 140 with 4 belts on the line. Let's get to the smoke. What did Shtty Cuz say? I know my worth. I know my worth. What? Devin is flying into hostile territory in a whole other country on short money, and nobody gave a fuck that he was fighting for Undisputed and defending it. So you American fight fans, you can miss me with everything because Devin's out here working and y'all willing to sick the duck of dudes that ain't doing shit. Teofimo Lopez, we got J-Lo. He pushed off the Kambosos fight like 4 times over money. And then fucked around when he finally did fight him. He fucked around and lost. You see? So on the way out of 135, drained and everything, Shakur said no, and then got in the ring with Edwin De Los Santos, and they showed people leaving the goddamn arena because they were so bored with it. Eric Jordan, salute to you in that super chat. He says Shtty Cuz, known for that. He funk up on Miguel, Jerome, and the machine. And the machine ran a train on, clapping his damn cheeks. Just a sellout raccoon, a duck, waiting for Bukaki.
Bukaki.
All these dudes hang out with Miguel, man.
Ah, Miguel! Miguel!
Sidebar, y'all monitor who y'all have around y'all. D-Man, what up? Y'all monitor who y'all have around y'all. Dead serious. Dead serious. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute. Y'all monitor who y'all have in y'all set because Dev didn't know he would do something like this. But let this be a lesson to all y'all. That bottle service got me pissed off. ATX, salute. That pissed me off, bro. That pissed me off. So, here's the funny part.
Here come the hardball questions. Do you still think Devin Haney's boring?
So Eddie Hearn, y'all heard he was going off on, he went off on Devin. We all saw it. We all saw it. So salute the Blue. And again, salute the Town Biz. The whole interview is on his channel. I had to clip this because Blue told me to ask him this. I ain't get the full question because Eddie, He talks a lot. And as I was talking to him, I had one-on-one with him for like about 7 minutes. And then other people, you know, came up. DOG, salute, brother. Other people came up. I had wanted to ask him, would he sign Devin now? But other people came up. But this is very important, though. Now, Pete.
Here come the hardball questions. Do you still think Devin Haney's boring?
It's not that I think he's boring. I just said that performance, for me, wasn't great to watch. Now, when I used to, people say, oh, when you used to promote him, you used to say this. Obviously, if I'm promoting a guy, you have to justify a performance a little bit more. But by the
You heard what he said? Jim Diamond, salute to you in that super chat, brother. He says, big facts. I had cousins whom I risked my life for, stab me in the back for pure jealousy. You got to watch who's around you, bro. Dead serious. You got to watch who's around you. Jealousy's a female trait, y'all. Men, jealousy's a female trait. If I'm around a guy and he's living a lifestyle that I want to live, and it's legal, of course, all I'm going to do is say, hey, bro, man, how'd you accomplish that? And whether they put me on the game or not, that's on them. But I'm going to ask. I'm not going to be like, yo, I hate this nigga. Jeff Spark, my brother, salute. Enigmatic son, salute. Now, you heard what he said, right? Part of sales is justifying the performance that the guy of the person that you're working with.
way, if you go back to those performances, they were very different to the Ramirez fight and the Brian Norman fight. Watch the Jojo Diaz fight, watch the Abdullayev fight, watch the Moran fight, watch the even the Linares fight, even the Regis Prograis fight. Do you know what I mean? He's not fighting like he used to. I give him all the props in the world. He's a great fighter. He's really hard to beat. But I'm just telling you as a fan, I think he can be doing more. I think he can actually be a better offensive fighter. I think he could have stopped Brian Norman and made a massive statement. And that was my honest opinion.
Okay.
Like, you know,
how does he compare to Shakur, though, stylistically?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I let him say all of that. Let them talk. You said all of that. How does he compare to Shakur? Why you always lying? Here we go.
I think that they're both master boxers.
Strike one.
It's not about aggression.
Right.
What? But he could have got Norman out of there. What? See? I'm going to bring it back. Brother UK in that super chat salute. He says, peace, brother Drew. Peace to you. Salute to you, good brother. Always supporting. Thank you. Eric Jordan in that super chat. He says, Eddie is 100 mad that Devin and... This motherfucker wants me to unload the magazine on these dudes, man. Eddie's blessed with the power and the fury of the ninja sword. All Eddie can do is hate and cry about Miguel. Of course, man.
Miguel!
I really think he's getting sick of me when he see me go.
Give power to my nigga sword!
I really think he's getting Debo Dev. I think he gets the gist that I'm asking these questions that are kind of difficult for him. It's actually the second time I did this. The last time I asked him, I said, hey, man, what have you learned since you've been here working the American market? He said, that's a good question. I wanted him to answer it, but he couldn't sum it up in 2 minutes. Let me bring it back. Because he's talking about how Devin is not an exciting fighter, right? So I'm like, okay, well, how does that compare to, how does Shakur compare to Devin? Now, he just got done saying, of course, you got to talk up and support the guy that you're promoting. I get that. That's business. But he just got done cutting Devin down. And I just asked him, how does Shakur compare to him? Now he has to justify what he said. You see? I am the truth. This is why I don't debate. Because I will fuck you up. I will fuck you up with things you just said. Debate, as explained to me, is putting a mirror up in front of the person that's talking. That's all it is. That term, eat your words, this is it. ATL Unanimous Boxing, my brother, salute. Sick Tom in that super chat, he says, was Shakur Loma sparring partner? I don't recall. I don't recall. It wouldn't surprise me if the answer is yes, but I don't recall. I don't recall. Maybe, I don't know. I don't recall. But let's get back to it.
I'm just telling you, as a fan, I think he can be doing more. I think he can actually be a better offensive fighter. I think he could have stopped Brian Norman and made a massive statement.
So he put that on Devin.
And that was my honest opinion.
Okay.
Like,
how does he compare to Shakur, though, stylistically?
I think that they're both master boxers.
Strike one.
It's not about aggression necessarily, just that.
Strike two. Now it's not about aggression. Devin could have finished Brian Norman, but I asked him, how does Shakur compare to Devin? And now he says it's not about aggression. You see? You see? This is a multi-millionaire promoter, and he's talking to me. You see? There you go. But we let's continue.
It's more about...
You see him thinking? You see him thinking? Because he knows what he just said to me. Now he's contradicting himself.
It's more about...
You see him thinking?
What I believe is the...
What I believe!
Concern of what's coming back. I think Shakur, anyone that knows their body...
Look at his eyes. He's no longer giving me eye contact. Once they start wandering around, he's trying to freestyle. And I didn't do anything but ask a question, y'all. This is how people get caught.
Boxing under fire is incredible. Look at Zepeda. He'll sit on the ropes and just play with him.
Strike three.
Like you talk about a big...
I got a little nervous about that. I got a little nervous.
He didn't.
See that? Eric Jordan back in that super chat, he says, whack, pack, smack. Ninja Sword knocking Eddie Hearn out. Bro, these dudes can't deal with
Whack, jack, smack.
He look, bro, when I come into these conferences, this is how I come in, y'all.
Then let him taste the fury of my Negasword!
Own it. Now I said I ain't like Shakur on the ropes. That made me a little nervous. He said he wasn't.
Three.
Like you talk about a big...
I got a little nervous about that. I got a little nervous.
He didn't.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Devin right now with his confidence wouldn't sit in the pocket, slip and slide and trade.
So now sitting in the pocket and slipping and sliding is better than what Devin did. Now listen to what he says what Devin does. But then he realized what he said to me and he had to back that up. Watch, listen.
He wants to grab hold and he wants to get back long.
Right.
And by the way, that's smart.
I hope you are paying attention.
You know, Bill knows what he's doing. Bill doesn't want to get hit. They come off the back of the Ryan
Bill's not in the ring.
Garcia fight, and everything changed that night. Do you know what I mean? But I can't, you know, unfortunately,
No mention of drugs.
People play parts of an interview. Do you know what I mean? They don't play the part where I say, this guy, he's a 3-division world champion. I think he's a modern day great. But I just feel like since the Ryan Garcia fight, his style has changed a little bit.
Isn't that the marks of a smart fighter? They said that Devin couldn't get out of the way of the left hook. So of course his style changed. But there's no mention of Ryan being on drugs and being overweight for that fight. So of course the style changed. He hasn't been hit with a left hook since. In fact, his left hook got unlocked. You guys got to eat your own words now. BFTB, salute. These cats got to eat their own words. Now he's just talking. I'm just listening. I didn't do anything. He's double talking right in front of me, y'all. Right in front of me. See? But I know cats gonna get mad at me. That's cool. That's cool.
It doesn't have to. But I also appreciate you're getting that confidence back after that fight, which was a rough night. Like, for me, I think 147 really suits him. I think he's actually really powerful and strong at 47. You saw that with a knockdown.
Yeah.
And
Is Shakur a better finisher, y'all? Because now he's promoting. He's promoting. He just said earlier, of course, you got to talk up the guy you're promoting. But Devin couldn't finish off Brian Norman. His style has changed. He's basically saying his style is not pleasing to the audience. So I said, well, how does he compare to Shakur? And he fell apart right there. Now he's trying to justify everything he said in front of me. I didn't have to say shit. All you had to do was listen. And all you're left is the Ryan Garcia fight, which was a no contest because he was drugged up and overweight. So now he has to justify why Shakur's a better fighter than Devin. Shut up.
Norman was there for the taking.
Yeah.
But he chose to keep it safe, which is the instruction of Bill.
I ain't say it, he said it. Windsor, salute, man. I didn't say it, he said it. I didn't say it, he said it. One more time. I didn't say it, he said it. I'll be uploading that as a short today. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. And by the way, I didn't AI that snack cap on his head. I was just online and I'm looking. I said, wait a minute. I forgot he was rocking with snack for a second. I forgot. But why isn't everybody else remembering? I can't remember everything, y'all. He was a snack athlete. What happened? I thought snack was bad. Did Shakur ever pop while he was using snack? Let me ask you a question about Shakur. Because Eddie Hearn also mentioned him versus Conor Benn. What weight is Conor Benn? Put it in the chat. What weight is Conor Benn? Oh, BF said he's still a snack athlete. Oh, this is phenomenal. Why isn't he under fire like Devin and Bud was? Well, Devin still is. Bud was, past tense. So what weight is Conor Benn right now? Wait, better question. He's a welterweight now, right? Better question. What was his weight his last fight? 60, right? The fight before that, was he not 68? Oh, he was, right? Terrific. Here comes a hard question, y'all. Why does he need a weight, like a rehydration clause for Devin, but not for Conor Benn? Anyone? Anybody? Did y'all hear what he said on the Breakfast Club? Y'all heard that? You heard about that? Eric Jordan back in that super chat. He says, Ryan get the whack pack smack by Rolly. He might. He might, that son of a bitch. I got something else for y'all.
Jack, smack.
And where's Victor?
Good night.
That dude said he was 75. Don't believe you. Okay, but let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. This is when I was talking to him. All right? Let me help y'all out. S. Walker says he actually said he wanted a rehydration clause for a Ben fight, but to put one on Devin, he a mark. Yeah, well, let me go back to the Fatal Fury. This was me talking to him.
No, I ain't talking about it. Bro, I can't blame it. Here's the thing, like all of this stuff going on behind closed doors with these high-powered peoples and they making these high-powered decisions. I can't blame the fighters for that. So what is there even to talk about? What I'm gonna say, okay. There's nothing to talk about. That's my brother at the end of the day. I'm proud of him. I'm happy to where he's at because I done seen where he came from. So truthfully, I'm not caught up in that shit. That shit is what it is. But y'all know, like I know what it is.
You know, get your thoughts on to overlook the pay of the turkey called and say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
We got the rematch announced today with him and Lamar Roach. I think
all they announced it today.
So what do you think?
Yeah, what a difference some months make, right? The rematch was announced, right? Right.
You know, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamar Roach, giving him a tough fight.
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamar. I think Lamar is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
You really needed to want to first fight 154 and fight
I asked two questions at the same time. I ain't hear shit y'all just asked.
You really want to move up to 154 after this fight and fight your Conor Ben?
Yo, you know, I kind of said 154. I probably was stretching. I'm stretching 154, but I'll fight him at 147. 147, me and Conor could get it in.
You heard that? I'll fight him at 147. I'll fight him at 147. I'll fight him at 147. That's what he said. Do y'all think that Eddie Hearn, and mind you, Conor Ben is on Devin's list, by the way. I think he's last. But y'all think for 2 seconds that if Shakur beats Teofimo Lopez, y'all don't think he's gonna Eddie Hearn is gonna line a Shtty Cuz up for Conor Ben? Guess what else? You think that fight's happening in the States? No, because you know what's gonna say. You know what they're gonna say? We could do bigger numbers in the UK. Drew, they ain't gonna do that. They're trying to do that to Devin right now. Who the fuck is Louis Betty Crocker for Devin to go to his country to fight him? But you know what? They said, yo, we do it. What, that's supposed to be a deterrent? You know what Eddie Hearn was looking for? He's looking for Bill to say, oh, why we got to go there, though? Why we got to go there? So Eddie can run around and say that Devin's ducking. But what did Bill say? The world is our turf. The earth is our turf. There it is. So location's not a problem. Now what? So Shtty Cuz, you don't move the needle like Devin. By the way, y'all, how many times, and listen to the question, how many times has Shtty Cuz headlined a pay-per-view? I didn't ask how many times he was on pay-per-view. How many times has he headlined a pay-per-view? Have he done it? No, not once. Headline? Wait a minute. Was Zepeda the main event on that card? Was it the main event? Was that a main event? Let me know. I forgot. Was that a headline? Did he headline? All right, cool. Let's get him. Let's play with that. Cool. Let's say he was a headline, right? Watch this. I'm going to be a dick right now. What were the numbers?
Stupid butts.
Okay. It was a co-main, right? Oh, okay. Okay. So Conor Ben has headlined at least 2 major events in the UK. Never mind the fact that other than fighting the Eubanks, he don't move the needle. But that right there, and him coming from 168 all the way down to 47. And his last fight was at 60. Now he's a welterweight, right? If Shtty Cuz thinks that Eddie Hearn won't line his ass up to fight Conor Ben at Wembley, you're seriously mistaken. And by the way, Shakur, you'll be fighting another drug cheat because that's his reputation. All this talk about snack, and that's the pot calling the kettle black, boss. Because I don't know a snack athlete that pop because of the snack product. You can't name one. Stop talking to me about Victor Conte. The man's gone now. The product is what it is. And that's another thing, Erico. With all of that drama on Conor Ben's side, he's still the A side to Shakur. Now, the other thing is, if it's a Riyadh season situation, there is no A side, B side. It's just the fight. And in my opinion, that would be Shakur's best bet. Now, I'm not that savvy on the business end of things. Y'all have to talk to BF about that. But if I'm Shakur and that fight's on the table, if there's a way I can go to Turkey and say, hey, man, look, I'll fight this guy, but I want it under Riyadh season. I don't want this matchroom shit. I don't want to be in the UK. I'll fight in Saudi, or if it's a Riyadh season event, you know, I don't want Eddie leading the charge in this, bro. No, I don't trust it. Because we all know that rankings don't mean shit, right? Right. So Shakur is in a situation where it's feast or famine. And what I explained to you on the show this morning is I'm not emotionally invested in this kid. I'm really not. He's a phenomenal boxer. He's one of the best in this era to lace him up. I don't give a shit about Snack. I just wanted to put that out there for that. He's had some trouble outside the ring. So all of you YNs who needs that street cred to rock with somebody, there you go. He done beat some people up in the street, got arrested. He has a criminal record. He has a mugshot. You could look it up. He got that going for himself. And he's a really good boxer. So he got everything that you're looking for. But wait a minute. You like the knockouts, right? Well, he ain't going to give you that. Right, Eddie? Devin need to do more, but you got Shakur. Boss. And all I did was I asked you, block Ray Minton Jr. All I did was ask you, you said all that about Devin. How does Shakur, your product, how does that compare? And he had to stand on his bullshit. He had to stand on his bullshit. See what I mean? So there you go. So Shakur got to stand on it. Shakur got to stand on it. Ain't that something? God damn, that's your real channel. You ugly as fuck. What's wrong with you? Yo, is that AI? Is that your face? Hold on a minute. Oh, this nigga wants some clout off me. Man, go somewhere and sit down, bro. Ray M. Man, go somewhere and sit down, man. You ain't coming up off my name, man. Get out of here. Fuck out of here, dummy. Get out of here. If you want to come in here and talk boxing, do that. You don't come in here for, let me give you a lesson. All right. You don't come in here firing shots. It's not going to work out for you. It's really not. That's why you come in here firing shots to get you blocked. Okay? And then I went to your page and you bigging up Tyson Fury, white American. Are you out your fucking mind? Are you out your mind? Ray M. Nobody cares. You come in here firing shots. What's wrong with you, bro? Rhetorical question. Everything's wrong with you. From your face, your inferior genetics, and that bowl cut on your goddamn. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hold on a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Yo, this nigga look like Dumb and Dumber did Fusion. What is going on, bro? What's happening with you? What? Best thing we could do for the world is to go back about 20 years so that everybody has accountability and kids go out and play every day so they don't have to become weirdos on the internet. The first thing this jackass says is Devin Haney's a bum. So the first thing you did was come on here and show me that you're an emotional wreck and you lied, because I'm looking at the box wreck, I'm looking at the work, and never mind the fact that I know them, I'm looking at the work, and you're talking about everyone. People don't need to be weirdos on the internet. Well, motherfucker, what did you just do? What did you just do? In that video down there with his ugly ass face, he's bigging up Tyson Fury. What is this? Nah, Clarence, you look like a weirdo from Boston. One of the middle of the country somewhere. Get the fuck. What the hell? What these kids saying today? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly on? What the helly Berry? Green Lantern. What the hell, Jordan? Boy, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, come make a new channel, come back. Maybe I'll talk to you. Weirdos on the internet. We need to go outside. Nigga, go outside right now. It's like 2 degrees. Go outside right now in the tank top and do your meth. Fuck you talking about? And he wrote a paragraph about Devin, didn't he? Devin's a bum. Based off what? He lost to a C-level fighter, Ryan Garcia? Right. A drugged up, overweight Ryan Garcia. Who's ducking Devin now? And last but not least, Devin has his dad in his life. And I think that Shtty Cuz can't stand that. Like most of these clowns, they can't stand that. And they say they identify with the dysfunctional niggas, the Tank Davises of the world, the Shtty Cuzes of the world. And God knows who else. And when you got grown-ass men saying, yeah, cuz I identify with Tank because what he went through, cuz nigga, you went to Catholic school. Shut up. You had a good life. You remember Eminem, Rabbit from 8 Mile? And Papa Doc it was? This guy's gangster. His real name is Clarence. And Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. Shut up, bro. Stop trying to identify with the negative part of a fucking athlete's life. And count your own blessings. dummy. Eric Jordan, that super chat, he says, Lord Miguel gave bro a bowl cut and then clapped his cheeks.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Idolizing dysfunction. I identify with Tank. Man, no, you don't. The kid's a millionaire. He's a pretty damn good boxer. And he waited till he touched $1 million to get a criminal record. You waited till you touched $1 million to start fucking around in the street. Leave him alone. Leave the black man alone. Let him get his $40 million. Okay. Then what happened? Instead of fighting Jake Paul for 40 mil, you beat up a bottle bitch for free. What's wrong with you niggas? Everything. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Yo, good luck to Shakur. I don't like Tiafimo. I hope he wins. But if he loses, hey, man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to talk about it. And just to piss off the haters, I'll leave you with this.
One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the serve. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise. You know, I always stand on business, always been relentless. Know the trousers new and the shirt vintage. Living free of drama, still finding ways to make my own problems, chasing progress. A baddie sleeping in a bonnet, that's my favorite topic. Still searching for a goddess like the Black Madonna. It's like that, and I'm right back. For every message left on red and ones that I ain't right back. Was looking for some peace inside myself until I find that I'm in and out of situations, wavy as a kayak. Before the lights dim, I say a prayer, I find the one before my life end. But to be fair, I might not deserve to even find it then. I hope I'm reincarnated through the fire then, so I can try again. One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the serve. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. I deserve to be me. I deserve to make mistakes. I deserve to be free.
Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.